So we finished Dars al-Rabi' Ashar, lesson 14, and we had practiced some of these ضمائر المتصلة, these ضميrs which join on to the verb ذهبت, ذهبتم. This particular lesson was introducing ذهبتم, introducing the verb, the pronoun tum, which relates to antum. You can see over here anta relates to ذهبت. That ta there is ضمير المخاطب in the ذكر. It's referring to a masculine person that's being spoken to, so it's the second person in singular form, individual. Anta and the ذهبت, they relate to each other. Anta is what we know as a subject pronoun for those who have familiarity with English grammar. Anta ذهبت, Anta خرجت, Anta jalasta. We finished all this last lesson. Okay. And we want to change that into plural because it says over here, اقرأ المثال ثم حول الجمل حول الجمل الآتية مثله. Look at the example and then change the following sentences in a similar manner. So أنت ذهبت إلى المدرسة, أنتم ذهبتم إلى المدرسة. We read last time أنت خرجت من الفصل, أنتم خرجتم من الفصل. أنت جلست في الفصل, أنتم جلستم في الفصل. أين ذهبت يا أخي? Where have you been, oh my brother? Where did you go? أين ذهبتم يا إخواني? And لماذا خرجت من الفصل يا ولد? And the answer here to change it is لماذا خرجتم من الفصل? And then this singular must turn into plural, as in the previous example. Ya akhi became ya ikhwani, or ya waladu became ya awladu. Very important at this stage that you all have actually mastered everything that came in at Dars al-Thalith Ashar, a lesson which is before this particular lesson that my arrow is on right now. Because if you recall, the Dars al-Thalith Ashar, which took us some time to go through, came in parts. It was Thalith Ashar Alif, it was Thalith Ashar Ba, and it was Thalith Ashar Jim. And it was talking about the words, introducing words like Ulaika in Jim, in part 3 of lesson 13. And in part B, Ba, it was introducing Haulai for feminine, and also plurals. Thalith Ashar is all about plurals. And from now on, you will need access to those plurals at random times. Actually, in actual fact, everything that you've learned up till today, in the previous lessons, it should be ready in front of you on a plate to access at any time. And you shouldn't be of this, let's say, of the idea that, yeah, one day I'll go back and revise all those lessons, but let me see what lesson 15 has to offer. Because that actually is what is happening to a lot of brothers, a lot of learners. What they do is that they have this, they become busy. And rather than consolidating and becoming very, very firm in the early lessons of Kitab al-Awwal of Book 1, Madeenah Book 1. They keep delaying it and procrastinating and saying, yeah, let me just go to the next lesson and see what is there to offer. And then one day I'll go back. And then the next time an Arabic class starts, Book 1 or Book 2, they choose Book 1 because they feel they have to revise it. And then found brothers in that cycle quite a few times, continually going back to Book 1, not being able to progress. And we have had this discussion over here before, and this is a reminder and an encouragement to myself and to my brothers also to be, focused and to be disciplined and to be persistent in their learning, inshallah, and consistent, to go forward and to build upon what you know. That's what is going to help you to, to retain the information. Okay, so the point I wanted to make was dustoor Thalith Ashar is full of plurals. Ukhtun, akhawatun, fatatun, fatayatun. This is the section ba, and which is the feminine side of things. Al-mu'annath, and over here in section alif is the masculine, the mudhakkar. Sadiqun, asdiqa'u, tabibun, atibba'u, shadidun, jududun. And mujtahidun, mujtahiduna, muslimun. All this stuff we did already. And I'm hoping, and I do expect that my brothers have been through it and are going over it regularly and reminding themselves of it. Very, very important to have memorized all of these and all of the other plurals that have been presented in the book so far. We finished the dustoor Rabee Ashar last week. We did look at the vocabulary at the end of the class. I think we were slightly rushing through the vocab, so we'll just have one quick last look at it now before we start Ad-Dars Al-Khamis Ashar, and that was these words over here. This is the last thing in dustoor Rabee Ashar. Al-Hafidu. What does it mean? It means, well, they've explained it with an Arabic definition. Ibnul Ibni. My question to my brothers is, this word Ibnu, well, this word Al-Ibni has a kasra. Okay, Brother Mustafa, wafaqakallah. This word here, Al-Ibni, has a kasra. Why does it have a kasra? Is there a harful jar before it that made it have kasra? So what would that reason be? You want to tell me? أحسن الله إليك أخي أبو عبد الرب. Well done, بارك الله فيك. It is مضاف إليه. So the question presents itself, where is the mudaf? Definitely, there's only one option, that is the word that comes before it, ibnu. So the question I might ask also is, why does this word ibnu only have one dhamma? Answer, ahsantum, because it is mudaf. So this is mudaf and this is mudafun ilayhi. So therefore, this word belongs to this word. Ibnul Ibni. So what does it actually mean? The son of the son. So in English, what do you call the son of your son? Quite simple. The son of your son is your grandson, and that is the meaning of Al-Hafidu. Al-Hafidu. Okay, how about this? Ibnul Binti. Ibnul Binti, this is again mudaf or mudafun ilayhi clearly because there's a kasra and nothing caused it before except this word here, which is the mudaf. So the son of the daughter. Ahsant, also the son of the daughter, he is also known as the grandson. So whether a person has children, has sons from whether a person has his son's sons or his daughter's sons, those males are all known in English as grandsons. In English, one of them is al-hafidu. And the plural, hafadatun. This jim denotes jam', plural. Hafadatun is plural of hafidun. Faculties, al-kulliyatu. We had in this lesson al-kulliyatul handasati, kulliyatul tibbi, kulliyatul shari'ati, various faculties and colleges. The plural, kulliyatun. Studied this before. A word that is mu'annath, feminine, it finishes with ta marbuta, this ta here. You need to make it into plural. Quite simply, you will add a ya before that ta at the end and convert that ta into the open ta. Just simply adding alif and ta at the end. Kulliyatun. That becomes a plural. Known as jam' al-mu'annath, jam' mu'annath al-salim. Jam' mu'annath salim. Feminine plural, which only requires, which brings no change to the original words, except that you added 2 letters at the end of it. And then there's these examples, kulliyatul tijara, kulliyatul handasa, tib, we went through all of them, and there was this very important example here, this new vocab, al-akhu. Plural is ikhwatun and ikhwanun. Both of them are allowed. Ikhwatun and ikhwanun. Don't get mixed up with this word and the plural of ukhtun. Ukhtun, akhawatun. Ukhtun, akhawatun. This is the plural of ukhtun. Nothing to do with the words that we have in front of you here, which is al-akhu, ikhwatun, or ikhwanun. These two are both plurals of al-akhu. As for akhawatun, it is the plural of ukhtun, which we studied in الدرس الثالث عشر. أخت جيد. And then we'll close this class right now over here. This الدرس الدستور, these last few words, which means الدستور actually is a word which means constitution, and it's a word which some of the ulama have advised against. It's a word which is prominently used in, let's say, secular law, and typically one might say that it was introduced amongst Islamic, let's say, vocabulary, and I suspect it was introduced by Al-Ikhwan al-Muslimun, to be honest. They had this slogan, Al-Qur'anu dusturuna, and Al-Nabiyyu Rasuluna, and words like this. So this word dustur, it seems like they are the ones who brought it in, and Allah knows best, I may be mistaken, but I did hear from our ulama, the likes of Sh Rabee bin Hadi, Hafidahullah Ta'ala, Shafahu, he didn't like this word, to be honest, to be used. And he asked one particular person, I remember years back, who had used it in one of his books, and the Sheikh was reading his book to review it for him and give feedback. They said, look, we advised him to change that word to something else. Okay, my brothers, you remember the meaning of this word al-Yunan? Could you give me the meaning of that, please? Al-Yunanu is referring to Ahsantum, Greece is a country. And Nasraniyun means the Christian. Christian. Interesting spelling above the above. Okay. I imagine it's probably better avoided, to be honest, that spelling there, because I wouldn't be surprised if they added that cross there. The people who did it, they did it for Christmas, and they did it also now. I've seen it in this spelling of yours. It's probably denotes something religious. Allah knows best. Let's go to Ad-Dars Al-Khamis. Now, by now, you would have noticed that there is a method to establish what is newly being introduced in each of the durus. And the way to do it is, before reading, you can go to the exercises and look at what they are actually practicing. Usually the first one is general comprehension of the text. But here, okay, in this case, we do have examples of Man antunna, Aina ummu kunna, Aina baytu kunna. So it seems that a new pronoun, damir, is being introduced. One of them is antunna, which is damir munfasil, and damir which is which is subject pronoun, and Allah knows best, which occurs at the beginning of a sentence, and here you have kunna. These two are being introduced into Ad-Dars Al-Khamis Ashar, whereas previously you had antum and you had kum. Okay, antum and kum. Here you have antunna and kunna. This is for mu'annaf, for feminine. Jayyid. That is one of the things which are being introduced into this lesson. Antum tullabun, antunna talibatun. So here they are introducing antunna. Okay, and we'll find examples of that in the actual main lesson. Go to Ad-Dars Al-Thalith. You find what you already know is this damir kum. Okay, damir muttasil, which is in the state of being mudafun ilayhi. Aina baytukum ya ikhwanu. And it says over here, Aina baytukunna ya akhawatu. Very important to be able to pronounce this word correctly. Most people are getting mixed up. They're pronouncing this with a kha, this with a sukoon on the kha. Right? And then they're not sure how to read it. Akhawatu, ya akhawatu. So baytukunna, this is the mu'annath, the feminine of baytukum. That's the second thing that you're learning. The first thing that you're learning in this lesson is antunna, which is the mu'annath of antum. The second thing is kunna, is damir muttasil, which is the mu'annath version of kum. Plural for al-mukhatabat, feminine, a group of ladies. Okay, or girls. طيب. That is the second thing that you're being introduced to in this class. The third thing that you are being introduced to in this class is nahnu. You have already studied ana. You've already studied ana. I. And now, in Dars al-Khamis Ashar, you will be introduced to we, nahnu. And this is where the plurals, again, they come alive in the previous classes. Ahsant akhi Abu Abdurrah. Also, in this lesson, Dars al-Khamis Ashar, you are being introduced to qabla and also ba'da. Qabla and ba'da. And these two words, qabla means before, and ba'da means after. Whenever these words appear in a sentence after a verb which appeared somewhere before it, kharajtu, that's the verb, kharaja or kharajtu. If this word ba'du, this comes after the verb in the same sentence, this word qabla comes after the verb in the same sentence, and you will find it always has a fatha on it. It always has a fatha on it. You will learn the reasoning for that when inshallah you get to book 2. You will learn the reasoning of why it has a fatha. As far as I remember, that is in book 2, where some of the details starts coming up. Right now, it's a vocabulary building exercise and in general, developing a general understanding. In this lesson, the Dars al-Khamis Ashar, you are also being introduced to a new dhamir, which is dhahabna. And this is why it was important to thoroughly study the previous lessons, because one of them, it had hunna, which we studied already. Hunna, what was the verb that goes with it? Can someone help? Hunna dhahab. What's hunna? No. Antunna dhahabtunna. Akhi Muzammil, but Abu Abdurrah sahih. Dhahabna. Just with the noon and the fatha. Dhahab, yenam, dhahabna. Very short sound over here. Very important to know that this sound here is short. Dhahabna, dhahabna. Dhahabna means they went. Who went? Feminine. Girls, ladies, females. Dhahabna. Whereas in today's class, in the Dars al-Khamis Ashar, we have this. Dhahabna. As an alif. And this actually is a total different meaning. It means we went. Dhahabna. We went. Okay. Some new words also being introduced in Dars al-Khamis Ashar. One of them, because now you're talking about time frames, which is qabla usbu'in and ba'da darsi or ba'da usbu'in. Usbu' means week. Week as in 7 days. 7 days a week. Usbu' means week. So, qabla This will appear as mudaf. The word after it comes as mudafun ilayhi. قبل أسبوع بعد الدرس. The reason that you have a kasra here is because this is mudafun ilayhi. قبل أسبوع and بعد الدرس. So that's something else which relates to qabla and ba'da. But the reason I returned back here was because when you are dealing with words like qabla and ba'd, you're talking about time frames. When you want to ask a question about with a time frame, you know how to ask a question of what. You say ma hada. You know how to ask the question of who. You say man hada. You say mother, you know that as well. Okay, here they introduce you to a new question word which is when. Mata. Mata. Everyone say please. Mata. When you write it down, you write mim ta, and that alif is not the alif that goes straight up, but it's the alif which looks like a ya without the dots, known as alif maqsoor. Alif maqsoor. Which means when. متى خرجت من الفصل يا محمد? When did you come out of the class? Oh Muhammad, he says خرجت بعد الدرس. You should be able to work this out and decipher it by yourself. Where is it خرجت? Where is it خرجت? And where do I have to and understanding which part of the sentence takes varying ضمائر. خرجت and خرجت. Above all, you're asking about the qabla and ba'da. It is a third, although we haven't really introduced that vocabulary to the brothers. I would be reluctant to be honest, because it's not the focus of right now. The focus is just introducing a word and just seeing how it places and what it does in the sentence and what meaning it creates. And now, after having studied the Ma'ir, I want you to look at all of them in one place. Dama'ir al-Munfasila, the subject pronouns come at the beginning of the sentence. Huwa, hiya, anta, anti. This word here will sometimes help you determine what should go here. Now that we've gone once over the different things that will be appearing in this class, we'll quickly go to the beginning of the Dars al-Khamis Ashar and look at some of the things, at least one of the things before we close the class. It's quite late. I'd like to read it, inshallah, first to you all, and I would like you brothers to, when I pause, I would like you to read what I just read during my pause. Okay? So please find yourself reading in a loud voice once I finish reading the sentence by sentence, or even less than that sometimes. Al-Fatayatu, they said. Now Al-Fatayatu, and someone told me that this is this Mufradun or Jam', singular or plural? Ahsantum, plural. So what is the mufrad, the singular? طيب بارك الله فيك. فتاة صحيح, that is the singular, which refers to young girl. So al-fatayatu is a group of young girls. They said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Zainab says, Jay, go ahead, akhi, and read please. Then Zainab says, wa alaykum assalamu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. That's easy so far. Man antunna ya akhawatu. So Zainab asks the fatayat, Man antunna ya akhawatu. And this is the first thing we should be introducing to this class. The meaning of antunna and how it's used. Because previously you learnt man anta, you learnt man anti, you learnt man antum, and now you are learning man antunna. And this will help you understand it. Ya akhawatu. Ya akhawatu. So, إحداهن, one of the girls says, نحن بنات الشيخ عباس. نحن بنات الشيخ عباس. Now, I know why Banatu only has one dhamma, even though it does not have alif or lam. Quite obviously because it is mudaf. Ahsantum. And الشيخي is therefore مضاف إليه. The question is, Abbasin, why does that have a kasra? نحن بنات الشيخ عباس. There's no letter in between joining them like wa. That would connect them both together. بارك الله فيكم. It's actually badal, as Abu Abdul said. Quite simply, the Sheikh is referring to Abbas himself. Abbas is the Sheikh and the Sheikh is Abbas. It's not an extra item, not an added thing. You don't need what. You add. So you don't add this the waw. Banatu Shaykhi means Banatu Abbasin. So this becomes like a title, though it is in the place of Mudaf and Ilayhi. Zainab says, Ahlan wa Sahlan wa Marhaban, which means, you know, if we were going to translate it literally, we didn't do in the previous lesson, though it appeared. Ahlan means you are like our family. You're like my family, meaning I'm treating you like my family. Sahlan, which means easy. Take it easy. Relax. You like family, relax. Wa marhaban, it means to welcome. Welcome, relax, you like family, basically. That's what it pretty much amounts to. She says, Ummukunna ustadati. Notice the feminine. Not ustadi, ustadati. Kaifa haluha. This damir ha. What does it go back to? أم and أستاذتي أستاذة. Okay. كنا. So here we've already been introduced to Antunna, and now immediately we've been introduced to Kunna, which also refers to you, but it comes after Kunna. Kunna. Your mother. My teacher. Was my teacher. أبوها. One of them said, بخير والحمد لله. Was a said, and for that reason, that is without. Brothers, I have to apologize, so that is all we have time for today. A normal time.